The Untold Story of the Bakassi Boys by Luminari. There was a time in Abba when fear walked in daylight. People disappeared without a trace. Traders were robbed in broad daylight. Women raped. Children murdered over petty feuds. It wasn't just crime. It was chaos. The kind of chaos that made even police officers look the other way. Everyone knew the police wouldn't help. Everyone knew justice was just another word whispered in broken homes. Then came the Bakassi Boys. They didn't knock. They arrived in convoys wearing charms and amulets. Their eyes carried something unexplainable. Not rage, not mercy, just finality. No badges, no trials, no questions. They called themselves protectors of the people. And in a way, they were. The armed robbers that used to roam freely, gone. Kidnappers, dead within days. Crime rates didn't just drop, they vanished. But their justice was nothing like the law. It was spectacle, a warning. They would gather in open markets, dragging men through the dirt, machetes raised high. The accused would scream, cry, plead, but it didn't matter. If your name was whispered into the ears of the Bakassi Boys, your fate was sealed. Some say they had powers, could smell evil, survive bullets, disappear into thin air. The people, desperate and broken, started to believe it. For a while, they were heroes. But power, even the sacred kind, has a price. One day, a man was burned alive in front of his wife and daughter. They said he was a ritualist. He swore he was innocent. The fire swallowed his voice before anyone could ask questions. That night, his wife hanged herself. The daughter? No one ever saw her again. Then came the politicians. They didn't fear the Bakassi Boys, they envied them, and when envy meets fear, manipulation begins. The same group once hailed as saviors became pawns in political games. Rivals vanished, voters intimidated, corrupt leaders used the Bakassi Boys to secure their power, silence opposition, and crush those who wouldn't bow. Justice was no longer the goal. It was the excuse. Soon, people began to whisper. That man wasn't a thief. That woman only spoke out against the governor. That boy, he was just in the wrong place. The line between justice and murder faded. And just like that, the people who once cheered their names now hid from their shadows. State by state, the tide turned. Human rights groups screamed. International outrage grew. Some members were arrested. Shrines were raided. The same politicians who once funded them now denied ever knowing them.